Hey, welcome back, guys. All right, so let's take a look at whatever the message may be for the 26th. We start with an Empress in the reverse. We immediately, I feel like a divine feminine may feel very either disrespected or feel very small or feel not like much of an Empress at all. And yet, the Wheel of Fortune would say, oh, sweetheart, you have something amazing. Your card is coming up, literally. There is some kind of magnificent turnaround and she doesn't even know it yet. So her worst day could also be her best day. We have the Sun. It starts out, I think this is going to be a stunning day. I think that possibly a divine feminine who has felt very either unseen, uncared for, something along those lines is going to have a huge and surprising turnaround. What is happening for you on the 26th? I mean, I'm overjoyed for her, of course, but okay, High Priestess is sideways. And this High Priestess card is interesting because we have someone on this camel and he is traveling obviously great distances. There's a part of her that I'm not going to say she guessed that this was coming exactly, but even on a day where an Empress doesn't feel like an Empress, she can still have really strong intuition. And her intuition is telling her that, I don't know, but something may happen. I'm not sure what it is, though, and I'm probably wrong anyway. Like she's kind of discombobulated, kind of like not trusting her own instincts right now. And maybe that is why she's, in the reverse like that. I don't know. What's happening with you? We have Three of Wands upright. We have Ace of Coins upright. This is something that's going to impact her entire future, and it's going to be completely different. Like whatever happens to her in her life is going to change the outcome of the rest of her life. And I almost think that she's known something like that might be happening without knowing exactly what it is. She's on the precipice of massive shift in her life. This could have to do with money. This could have to do with, some kind of incredible change happening for her. Let me look closer. Three of Cups, Knight of Coins, the Tower. Okay, I'm going to say there is, because we see her at some fancy restaurant here, actually on both sides, we see a chef peeking out from around the bend as well. There's some kind of, like it's been a long time coming, and I keep wondering if it's somebody approaching her that in her mind it's like it's not even a little bit possible that that's going to happen. And yet there's this huge energetic collapse, there's this huge, like something huge shakes up and it is ego dropped, and there is some tremendous long overdue, I mean, this feels like 3 dozen roses, fine dining thing. Can we get more specific? Is this somebody coming to her world to like take her out on a date, and that was just really long overdue? I feel like that's the wrong deck. Hang on, nothing popped out yet anyway, so let's go this one. Page of Pentacles. Okay, so we have the skeleton of this bird who is coming to give this message, and the pages are messengers, right? And we have this skeleton of the serpent wrapped around her as well, and we see it's like from this bird's lips right to hers. So it is definitely somebody who, I mean, they're so long overdue with this message that it's, I mean, come on, everything turned into a skeleton. So I'm going to say this is somebody from a long time ago in her life. They have to do this before this end of the year of the snake. Also, we have the World card, Capricorn energy. This is about a new beginning. Is it about a person? All I can say is this is going to change her life dramatically. Yeah, so it's a King of Wands showing up. And I want to go back to this particular card, the World card. I don't know what this feminine does. I mean, she's feeling quite not insecure, but she's not feeling like an empress, right? But then we see her standing here and look at how many like points of light are, scattered all around her, and this, all of these like ley lines, and it's this incredible like crisscross of energy surrounding her all over the place. That to me says she must have some kind of like, not only is this changing her life, but I think she has a way bigger influence than what she thinks she does. What is the deal with you, King of Wands? 10 of Wands. You are from her past. You are the skeleton that haunts her. We keep seeing like pieces of this are so heavily eroded away. 9 of Cups upright. I think he is somebody who actually really wants to make her happy. He wishes he had once upon a time, is the way this seems. I wish I had once upon a time. 8 of Swords. If anything, he does not think that he will be able to make her happy, even if he loves her, because it says, I don't know, he sees her as somebody that is very sweet and seems very kind, but on the inside, he knows that there's this really deep sorrow in her. And I'm wondering, are you thinking that you caused that in her? Ugh, Ace of Wands sideways. He knows he did, and he's been spying on her ever since. He locked her out somehow, but then's been spying on her ever since. I don't understand that. Why do you lock somebody out that you want and that you feel you're hoping now you can make her happy, but you locked her out once, and she had incredible sorrow over it, but also has like found a way to just carry on. So he looks at her as both incredibly sorrowful and incredibly happy all at the same time. It's a little convoluted, but his actions are super convoluted. Even him, if you really want to look at him, a King of Wands is not normally seemingly so emotionless. He's standing here so prim and proper, and he has his book and, little stance that he's got going on, and it just looks like somebody who would be ice cold when the King of Wands is the warmest character. So I see so many contradictions in this. What is the deal, King of Wands? Let's go with this deck. Let's get something magical, since this is all contradiction anyway. Let's get a deck that would be adding further contradiction into this. Are you the cause of why she doesn't feel like an empress? 5 of Pentacles. He thinks he is. Empress, would you say that? He feels like he blew it with her. Oh my God. And I don't know what he wrote or didn't write, or I doubt it was a letter that wrecked this. I think he's feeling like he has no idea what to say. I think he feels like he hurt her. On her side, I said, do you agree? Is he the reason that, you don't feel like an empress? And it says, either he picked another lover instead of me, or this was a magical love story that I would have chosen once upon a time. Empress, why are you an empress in the reverse as we started this story for the 26th? 7 of Swords. She's lying about something. What are you lying about? Are you lying to yourself? 7 of Wands sideways. No, she hides stuff really, really, really well, and it's not being hidden so well on the 26th. I think she could have a really kind of a tough day. At least that's the way it starts out, as we saw. Because this is like a hideaway in the forest. She's also an interesting blend of, she feels how she feels, but she still knows that she has worth. She has blockages, admittedly, but she keeps her chin up and struggles through anyway. This whole storyline is so contradictory that I'm feeling like it kind of makes sense, but at the same time, at every turn we have like, well, I feel like crap, but on the other hand, I do know I'm worth something. And I want to get to this part. we're going to have this big turnaround. We're going to have like the Wheel of Fortune is actually turning in her favor, and the sun is there. So beautiful energy for her. Page of Cups in the reverse, Two of Pentacles upright. Hang on, more than one thing is going to be happening. Her, like if that King of Wands is coming back into her life, that's not actually what the really good happy thing is. I'm not even sure how she'll interpret that. That's not what it is though, because somebody coming in to say sorry, that's not what the really good happy is. There's something else. Now that may happen on the same day, but 10 of Wands, Knight of Swords. Okay, so something else comes in really swiftly to her, and it's going to really put her mind at ease in some capacity. What is this? I mean, it's fast-moving energy with that Knight of Swords. 10 of Wands is laying down burdens. We have the Star sideways. It's a long-held wish that she never knew would just, like, end up showing up in her world. But it doesn't seem like it's the King of Wands that is that special thing. So what is this special thing? Can we see it at all, or is it going to be hidden? We have the Three of Swords upright, but with the Four of Wands crossing it. So it is definitely a heartbreak that's going to be taken away because she has, and even here, she's been healing it even as it is, right? She's got this magical energy circling around it, fusing together those shards of her heart. And then this is such a great, Four of Wands card. This is somebody who's got, a huge amount of, this is a love story. This is I'm not saying that all she needs is to have somebody show up suddenly in her life that is, like the one that she's going to marry, and now everything is perfect. Because this could be her life is going to suddenly be arranged. I mean, she's like celebrating and dancing with this gigantic rug. I also doubt that she's just getting a really nice rug, although I will be honest, I love a good rug. I have a rug fetish. I don't think that's what it is, though. I think that something in her life, like her life is about to balance out in a way that is so perfectly like angled for who she is. And it's really going to go a long way to like, it's a shock. It comes in fast, but it's who she really is. It's going to be reflected in whatever this opportunity is. Temperance, it restores all kinds of balance in her life. It is a gift from the universe. It is something she has wished for. It is happiness. I'm just still not sure if it's like career opportunity or somebody. I mean, heck, this almost looks like she's going to be gifted some massive inheritance that she didn't know was coming. She's going to have some kind of peace brought back into her life, some kind of, great success that comes into her life. Can we look again? And we have an Emperor, which could be a boss, could be a business owner, could be a romantic partner. Any of those things. This is somebody who really, I feel like this is the love of her life after all. Then this is that we have the energy of like somebody that she's going to marry coming in. I mean, the Emperor is her perfect mate, her perfect match. Can we go back for a moment to that King of Wands? Is that King of Wands someone that is, connected to the Emperor, or is he a separate entity? Hanged Man. See, I don't see the King of Wands necessarily getting there before the Emperor does. I already said there's two things, and I didn't think that hearing from the King of Wands was necessarily this great thing. Also, King of Wands, what did you really want with her? You felt like you had caused her pain, but what did you really want with her? We know that you actually love her, but you feel responsible for making her unhappy. Two of Swords, he doesn't know. So that's why, even though she's going to get a message from the King of Wands, that wasn't the big happy thing. We have a real Emperor showing up. This could be somebody that she never expected to meet. She may have a date with somebody the same day that she gets some message from somebody from her past. This could be an unexpected stunner. Sometimes what we think we're like waiting on, or the thing that we think would make us happy, it turns out is just to the left of that. It's like, oh, I really wanted this. I really wanted this. And then we don't get that. We get something so much better. And it's like, I had no idea. Like, I'm imagining like one time I was driving and I was trying to find a hotel. I was in Greece and it was like, oh man, the hotel was full. I couldn't get in and I was really tired that night. And then I drove a little further. Well, quite a bit further, and I found the most remarkable, I mean, 1,000 times better than the one I was like, "Oh my god, I really needed to sleep, but I can't get in a place, so I gotta keep driving." And then I found one that was, like, so much better, and if I had had the first thing that came in, the first thing that I came to, I never would have, like, learned about this other area of Greece either, and I never would have found this other much more magnificent place. And I feel like that's the best way I could describe this is one is all booked up. The first one, that the King of Wands, even though they're thinking a lot about her and they are going to send her a long overdue message, they still don't even know what they want to offer. They seem to be a kind of a contradictory hot mess. But something else is happening on the same day, and it is that Emperor coming in. Actually, I want this deck. Do we have any message about this Emperor? This could be somebody brand new to her. Three of Cups, Hanged Man there also. This could be somebody she was supposed to meet for quite a while, and then finally she does. This could be somebody who even waited around to meet her. This could be somebody she's going to be introduced to, like through friends. This could be she goes to a business and says, I need to do such and such. And they say, oh, if you wait around a few minutes, he'll be back. You should probably talk to him. And then he walks in and it's like, oh, hello. Oh, hello. And he may ask her out the same day because we got some kind of nice restaurant over here. All I can say is this has been a long time coming, but we have been getting such a similar vibe on some of the stories today where things are going just a little bit left of what characters expect, just a little bit different and way better. And it's amazing to see that we don't always get storylines that, really improve and are like nice surprises or things that double up and turn out to be better than what we thought they were going to be. But this is one of those days. So beautiful message. And now let me get a couple of cards for someone whose birthday is on the 26th. Here we go. We have the Devil. We have the Five of Cups. We have the Queen of Swords. So this could be a year where even though it's always sad to have to let stuff go. But if what we're letting go of the devil is the devil, then amen to that. Like, that sounds pretty darn good. I mean, we have this Queen of Swords who's sitting there like saying, I'm actually okay. In fact, I made a conscious decision. I'm not going to be sad over this. I made the right decision for me. I'm letting go of this stagnation. I spent too much time in a gridlock with somebody, text fighting, or, not really ever getting to the point of saying what needed to be said. There's too much water under the bridge. There was a lot of sorrow. So I rise above it now and I let it go. And it just feels like such a huge sense of relief with this Queen of Swords sitting here and calm and just able to say, I moved beyond the heartbreak. So this next year could be one that's very, very positive. It's very logical, like logic and reason are at the forefront instead of stress and heartbreak being the driving force here. So that's nice to see. All right, I'm going to leave this here. Thank you, everybody. Really appreciate you guys being here. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing.